Welcome, everybody. It's been a long time since I've been able to do this, and I'm very, very excited to be back. Live streaming is a lot of fun. So, thanks for tuning in and hanging out. Really excited to be back doing this. It is definitely one of my favorite things, just being able to hang out like this. What's up, everybody? I may need to install new mods. I don't think the people who were mods before are still around. So this is mainly just a hangout, but I'm also doing this as a test run because later this week I want to do something fun on this channel with a live stream. Something that I've wanted to do for so long, and I'm so happy that I have the opportunity to do this now. This office has allowed me to do this. Audio is only on the left. Let's see what I can do about that. I know why it's like that. I don't know if I can do... This is why I'm doing this, by the way. Mono. Okay, yeah, there we go. That should fix it. There you go. Mono audio. So, yeah, that's why I'm doing this, to debug anything like this and just answer some of your questions. Audio is crap. Get out of here. This new mic is great. I'm so happy, but I've got to fine tune this stuff. Like, I don't really have a great way to test this stuff. The audio needs work. Well, what needs work about it? We got, oh my goodness. We've got audio controls here. You're going to get a little bit of, for now, you're going to get a little bit of feedback from my light. I may use a different light because this light is very, very loud. My monitor is also loud. Bazinga! Welcome, welcome, welcome. So happy. You guys have no idea. I've wanted to live stream for a long time. So long. Oh, awesome. Thanks for the Patreon support. Michael, thanks. Capture top moments. This has changed so much since the last time. Like, YouTube actually has a really good platform for doing this now. I've got like a control center, like a command center here on YouTube. They did not have this months ago. Can I start linking my hats? This is just an Eddie Bauer hat. Yeah, sorry, I forgot I had the mic turned down. I turned it down earlier. I do have brighter lights. Look at this. It's right here. This is a remote for my lights, and I can get it brighter. We can keep going. We're only at 60%. We can keep going. We can keep going. 95%. How's that? Is that bright enough for you? Happy now? I wish I could just hold the button, but if I hold the button, it doesn't work. Link my shirt. Every basic white man's buffalo plaid. Congratulations, Bryson. Congratulations. The new office is great. I'm really happy about this place. But I don't know if you can hear it more now, but the brighter the light gets, the faster the fan spins, so the louder it gets. Ooh. Just like all the old streams, we're back this time with my new beer obsession, which is a hazy IPA. This is so juicy from Cabarrus Brewing. Probably oversharing, but Cabarrus Brewing is on the property where I am, so it's very easy access to get their beer, and their beer is good, so I'm happy with this setup. The kid is back. Cody, I know it's you in the server. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to pretend. What is up, everybody? Okay, so I dropped the deets in the Discord server earlier, but I want you guys to try and guess what it is I'm doing later this week. The mic is heavy on the high mids. Well, I don't really think... I'm using OBS right now. I don't think I'll continue using OBS. I'll try to find something different. OBS has been crashing on me, so I might disappear for a minute and come back. But the stream should continue with the same everything. Show the Lilliput. This is the pen that I've got in my pocket right now, thanks to old Greg in the Discord server. I got a nice fountain pen now. I dropped it earlier, so it's probably got ink, but I'm not much of a fountain pen man, but if ever a fountain pen were to convert me, it'd probably be this one. The watch is the Bertucci A4T. I wear this almost every single day. Such a great watch. But that's about to change. I have a Hamilton that was sent to the wrong address. I have to go pick it up on Thursday. It's sent to my dad's place, which is about 2 hours away. I can hear the fan now. I'm going to turn the light down just a little. The fan's really loud. All right, I'm trying to keep up with the chat, but you guys are busy over here. You guys are getting it. Let me pop out the chat so I can view it better. It's on the wrong part of my monitor. Here we go. That's better. That is much better. So now I can pop this out and put these together. Yeah. Now we got it. That's good. Much better. Yeah, so I got a Hamilton khaki field auto 42 millimeter, and I'm very, very happy about it. I cannot wait to get it. You can't hear the fan? Maybe I'm just hearing it through my headphones. I don't know. I don't really need headphones, to be honest. Like, you know, I do this every time. I don't need headphones. I have a little bit of a monitor so I can hear myself, but I have multiple ways to tell how the audio is doing. I need a special guest. Yeah, well, this is also going to be a platform for a live podcast that Jeremy Sires and myself are going to do. To have background in video production. Thanks for the compliment, but no, not really. I mean, I've just been doing YouTube videos for like 7 years. So, I mean, it's just been learn something, upgrade this, learn something new, upgrade this for 7 or 8 years now, and it's just been a constant learning process. I'm not a huge fan of smartwatches, so my background is in tech, and I used to be like the largest proponent of smartwatches when everybody else was like, these are dumb, because I was wearing a smartwatch before. I think I was the original backer for the Pebble Kickstarter, which was years before the Apple Watch came out, and I loved the Pebble. But after a few years of wearing a smartwatch, I got really tired of my watch always buzzing, and it felt very rude most of the time. I have not broken my arm on the boosted board. I've been riding around the warehouse, and it's a lot of fun. I don't have a persistence, no. I should pause this. I don't need this preview up here. It's very distracting to see my hands flying around like seconds later on this delayed preview. A Q&A, yeah. What's up, Jason? What's my favorite hat? Actually, my Blade HQ hat, but it's getting a little worn right now. But really, any hat that covers up this mess that I've got going on. This hair is always something. I can cut my hair and it's still a mess. What wallet? The one I always come back to, pretty much without fail, is the Dassault Phantom Air gun deck. I love this wallet. I've been carrying this one for years. The baby's doing great. She's doing great. She's teething, and that's made things difficult, but she's doing great. She's big, standing up, trying her best to be as mobile as possible. You cannot sit her down and turn your head. She's gone. Being professional, Stephen, as I should say, staff. I'm always professional. I don't know what you're talking about. I trim my beard. I rarely trim my beard. Lasagna all day. Spaghetti's gross. I should reiterate, spaghetti's not gross. It's just basic. I don't like spaghetti. Budget knife over all of other budget knives. Easy question. Civivi Elementum. There is no question about it. That is the budget knife to beat right now. But budget is always relative. I already answered your question, Potato. There's so many questions. So many questions. I've been obsessed with learning about bala songs this week. You got any recommendations? Nope. I know nothing about them. My buddy Pete is looking for a wallet. Yeah, we've been talking about wallets. I didn't watch the video yet because I've been busy. But he came to me before he made that video asking for recommendations. And I think all of my recommendations were exactly what he was not wanting. So he was looking for something different and off the wall. So I recommended stuff from Travex. He did not like that. And yeah, he's looking for something different. We do need a micarta Elementum. What is my favorite OTF? The Guardian Tactical 035. I never should have sold it, but now I have this, which is the Cypher. And let me tell you, this boy is huge. This is almost 10 inches long. It's quite the big knife. Best MEDC Victorinox. I don't want to do a Victorinox. I want to do something better. Guys, don't spam the same questions over and over. I'm getting to as many as I can, but Jacob, you're spamming that, and I literally just answered. Chill out. It's okay. It's okay. Calm down. Someone asked about the Biblio. This is what I've been carrying this week. The Giant Mouse Ace Biblio. Are we going to focus? No. I bought this in the server, in the Discord server, and it has not left my pocket since I got here. My Grail knife. I don't even know anymore. I've got so many knives. I don't even have all of my knives here. I've got a sheepdog on the desk. I bought another sheepdog because I sold mine, and well, I traded for this one. I regretted getting rid of the sheepdog. I want to mod this one. I don't really have much interest in Koenig because their designs are nice, but they don't really move the needle for me. A lot of Koenig knives look... I'm not really into pocket jewelry, you know? I do have pocket jewelry, but I'm not really into it. I don't know if Mighty Hanks ships to Canada, but I do know that there's going to be a Carry Commission custom Mighty Hank, and I ship to Canada, so... Spoiler alert. Wow, you guys are crazy. So many comments. I can't keep up. Okay, I'm going to pause on answering questions for a minute because I want to show you guys something. Nobody guessed why it is that I'm practicing and testing this out right now. I mean, I don't have to... Okay. No more spamming. No more spamming. Chill out. You're being it's really nice of you, but stop spamming. I'm going to need another moderator in the chat. Joey. Thank you. But chill. Okay. I'm going to have to do this myself. You're in timeout, Joey. Thank you, but chill. Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to say that I can't keep up with the chat either. Anyway, I want you guys to try and guess what it is that I'm doing this little test run for. It's probably pretty obvious, but maybe not. Steven, you're cheating, Steven, because you were in the server when I was talking about it. All right, Jason, you are now a moderator. Do your worst. Thank you, sir. I don't have a knife I'm looking for right now, actually. The knife that I'm still most pumped about is this Pena X Series front flipper trapper. I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing me talk about this, but this knife right here is so good. It is perfect. Look, it drops shut. It flips beautifully, and I love it. This thing is perfect. There is not one complaint I have about this, except for I don't have more than one. So yeah, video podcast is happening with Jeremy Cyrus. We've got to work out the technical details on that, because normally I would just do a Hangouts on Air, but Google is shutting down Hangouts on Air this year. They may have already done it. I don't know. But the podcast with Jason, the podcast with Jeremy is working. It's in the works. We're looking for a title. We're trying to figure out how exactly we can get both of our faces on one video feed without getting too complicated, because the more layers and complexity you add, the more problems you're going to have, or technical problems you could have, I guess is the best way to put that. I've talked to Metal Complex some. If he's got some questions, he knows how to reach me. We can DM. Right now, I really don't want any customs, just because I need to stop spending money. But there are a few customs headed my way that I know of. One of those is probably going to be a Pena custom, because we're going to be working together in some capacity. But for buying, I don't really want to buy anything at all. No news on the secret collaboration. No news yet. But nobody really said it except for Steven, which he doesn't count because he was in the Discord. But basically, I am planning, I need to move that so I don't knock my beer over. I'm planning to take the EDC Weekly and make it a live show. You could run OBS and capture the other video feed, but what I was saying is, if Jeremy calls into me, and then I capture that, and then I feed that to YouTube, it's possible. I've done that before, but you get problems with time travel, basically. So you have a latency with Jeremy talking to me, and then there's the latency to YouTube, and that latency doesn't always work out. Like it should, theoretically, in your mind, but it doesn't. So you've got to... We've just got to test some things out and figure out what exactly we need to do to get both of our faces on camera at the same time. And we are 7 hours from one another, so travel is not possible. Sorry, Badger. I've cost myself way more than $2,000 in EDC gear this year. So pretty good Thank you. I'm actually using my A7R3, so video quality should be pretty close to standard videos from me. Streaming on Twitch is also a possibility. Yep, I've got a Twitch account set up already. So for Best MEDC, it's twitch.com/bestmedc. But what I was saying is I'm planning on taking the EDC Weekly and making it a live show, because my least favorite part of the EDC Weekly is having to edit it, because, well, frankly, it takes a long time to edit. By far, it's one of the most complicated edits I have to do, and doing it on a weekly basis, like doing it every once in a while is not bad, but doing it on a weekly basis is very, very exhausting. So, if I was doing, it isn't news. No, Josh, you're right. It isn't news, but I've not been able to do the show live. But this is the setup. So this is what you will see. I want to do it actually on the couch. I want to do it on the couch. I want to do the live show on the couch and make it a little loungy, kick back, relaxed. But for now, we're going to do the show here. And this is the setup. This is what it's going to look like when I'm doing... I should sit up a little bit. I got to adjust the cameras and whatnot still. But it looks pretty much like the EDC Weekly, except I can do the show live. Cuts out editing, makes it interactive. I can talk to you guys while I'm doing it. And I can quickly... These are examples that I threw together from the last EDC Weekly. As long as I don't do the couch, yes. So I can make this show look pretty much like it already does, but cut out all of the editing, which is really, really nice. So I'm exchanging like 7 to 12 hours of editing and replacing it with like 2 to 3 hours of pre-production for the live show every week. And the pre-production is way easier to manage than the editing. So yeah, I'm digging the idea too. I love talking and I love doing live shows and streaming. So as long as I get it set up in time, there should be very little that could go wrong with it other than, technical errors and me not being able to pronounce things in real time. Yeah, I've definitely got to get some people to help manage the chat because this is way bigger than it was last time. The last time I did a live stream, I think I peaked at like 100 people maybe. The twist pan edits. I did that once and then people were really mad. They're like, that edit makes me sick. Sky and that slip. Yeah, I don't like that slip joint. He bought that one from Nick Shabazz. I actually really, truly, deeply hate that slip joint. I don't like swaybacks. I don't really care for Damascus. I don't like Fordite. Like, there's not much about that slip joint that I like. Yeah, I do think it's going to free me up to do more fun stuff. Like, if I can live stream like this and it frees up that editing time, then theoretically I can make one more video per week because those other videos don't take nearly as long to edit. Throw people out. Yeah, I do need some mods. This is your trial period. Not you, Jason. This is people in the chat. If you really want to stand out, this is your chance to be a mod. A good fixed blade. Well, I don't really know. I mean, you're 14. You probably can't afford a Bradford Guardian. If you can, if you got the means for a Bradford Guardian, I'm gonna have to figure out that focusing thing too. I would highly recommend a Bradford Guardian, but if you can't afford a Bradford Guardian, more knife. Honestly, more knife for sure. Manfred will never be a mod. Never ever. There's a reason he's Ufrid in the Discord server. By the way, everyone watching, if you have not joined the Discord server, you absolutely should. I'm about to drop a link to the Discord server right in the chat right now. So create, invite, make it a permanent link. Hidden, use copy button. Boom. Permanent link to the Discord server. If you've not joined, you should join the Discord right now. You guys are crazy. All right, hit me with some questions while I finish my beer. I really think this is going well. I'll have to watch the stream after I'm done just to see if there's anything I want to tweak about it, such as my lighting. These monitors still need to be calibrated, so I'm not totally sure on how all of this looks or sounds, but I think this is going well. I think this is a really good setup. Get that blue wrench. I don't know what you're talking about. Blue wrench? What am I missing? I don't know what you're talking about. Best $20 flashlight. Screw $20. Save up $15 more and get the FW3A from Lum-Tec. This is what I've been rocking lately. This thing's pretty sweet. It's got a smooth ramp and about 5,000 different modes in one tail switch. Video and audio quality are aces. Nice. Is it backwards? Is it nice? Oh, the blue wrench, the mod wrench. You're not going to get a mod by begging for it. Where do we send you whiskey? Well, if you're going to try to send it, you can send it to my P.O. box. I will never complain about whiskey. The P.O. box is linked down below, I think, or listed down below. Thoughts on Folomov? Folomov? I'm not sure what that is. Any new companies to keep an eye on? Nothing comes to mind right now. 30,000 feet. Hey, Oliver, what's up, dude? How's it going? Fly safe. I don't know why you're headed to Pennsylvania, but fly safe. Or maybe you're headed somewhere else and just over Pennsylvania. But either way, good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while or talked in a while. Jonathan Sornig, thank you. Thanks for watching. Sav, the balls are in the cart over there. I took them off the wall because that was the only thing on the wall. I need you guys to send more stuff to put on the wall with the truck nuts because I don't want just truck nuts on my wall. Someone did send something tonight. I left it at home, but they sent EDC in like galvanized tin or galvanized metal lettering. So I'll have to buy a shelf and put EDC on the shelf. Can you explain the benefits of having a handkerchief? The biggest thing for me is being able to wipe off a camera lens or my phone's camera lens or my screen or my iPad. Wiping is the biggest thing for me because I tend to carry, actually I got one right here, a handkerchief with microfiber on the back. So it's cotton on one side and microfiber on the other. These are not really snot handkerchiefs. These are wiping screens for the most part. And I swear to God, if you guys send me a whole bunch of truck nuts, I'm not doing a wall of nuts. It's not going to happen. It's got to be, I'm not going to get demonetized for having truck nuts all over my wall. So if you send something to put it on the wall, at least keep it PG. Because if you send something that's not nice, I can't do it. I can't risk my channel getting demonetized. Who knows what YouTube's going to demonetize next. Let's see. Somebody asked a question about the difference between YouTube and Twitch. You can slow the chat in Twitch. You can do that in here too. That is an option I have. I'm not quite sure how to get to it. Viewer activity? No. Stream health? There's an option somewhere that lets me slow. Enable slow mode. Seconds between messages. See, I can do like 20 seconds between messages. And now it should slow you guys down. See? It's not a difference between YouTube and Twitch. I got it. Oh, is Manfred here? I don't see him. Thank you, Joe and Jason, for being really good mods. Welcome, Joshua. This is the first live stream I've done in a very long time. Very, very long time. I'm not done Christmas shopping just yet. I need to get it finished before it's too late. Thoughts on Travex wallets? I always go back to the Travex Summit and the Armored Summit, and the Contour is really nice. I like the Travex wallets. They can get expensive. I just realized that the titanium Travex Contour is $200. So that's quite a bit. Finding Nemo, I did not get a message you sent me 20 minutes ago. My inboxes everywhere are just a disaster. So good luck. Show me your wallet and pin that you carry. Thanks. I just did an EDC update. There's a video for that. But I mean, I'm rotating every day. Beer that I'm drinking is So Juicy Hazy IPA from Cabarrus Brewing, which is a local brewery. I did not get poker anything, Chris. And yes, I know that you are poker, Chris. I have a notebook cover from Arc Company. I don't know where it is, but I have it. He sent one to me months ago, and it was just a really bad time, and I put it somewhere. Haven't found it yet. Dude, this is the best MEDC in an EA Sports tone. I don't even know what an EA Sports tone is anymore. Yes, Alex is a female. She is the mother of my daughter. course she is. The next camping trip is not soon enough. I really want to go camping, like, now. Favorite whiskey, Lagavulin 16, no questions. It's the best one out there. But if you're new to whiskey, don't jump in that deep yet. It's a $100 bottle. It's really good, but Bullet Bourbon, Bullet Rye are really good for me. Man, I'm really just bouncing around between whiskeys right now. So wow, it's still hard to read all these messages. You guys are crazy. Should I slow down the chat a little more? Can I explain the purpose of expensive battle beads? I'm guessing you're talking about combat beads. And really, no. They're just for looks and appearances. That's really it. It's just a flex. Hashtag Ron Swanson. That's right. Chris, you won't have to do much to get further than we did. We did not get anywhere. Favorite non-IPA beer? Well, for one, you should try a hazy IPA. New England does the beers the best. But my favorite I don't know. It's probably going to have to be some sort of Imperial Stout or something. I have a Burnley Side Pop, but it's a Contra. I don't have like a handmade one. Glenfiddich is good. I'm trying my best to keep up, guys. You guys are really fast. Oh no, Code's here. Everybody leave. Code's here. I do not have a system to rotate my EDC. It's just I wake up and put random things in my pockets some days. What's that beer you hate that I love? Oh, you hate that I love? Prairie Bomb. Actually, yeah, Alex, you're right. Prairie Bomb. It's an Artisan Ales Prairie Bomb. It's so good. It's like 13% alcohol. It's like $10 a bottle, and it's so good. It's 10.5 ounces, so it's like $1 an ounce, but it's so good. It's so good. Is it worth $10 for a 10.5 ounce bottle? Remains to be seen, but it's worth it to me. Yes, beads do give you an extra grip. He was asking, I think, specifically about combat beads, but on something like, let's say, the Suru, which is a smaller knife, this little bead here, on this one is probably a bad example, but that little bead actually helps you get a little better grip on it. You kind of pull against the bead, and you can grip the knife a little better. But that's not always the use case. The watch on my wrist, I already took it off and talked about it. I'm going to end up showing you guys all these things 800 times, but this is the Bertucci A4T. It is a quartz watch with a wrist blanket for a strap. It's a 26 millimeter strap, which is definitely thicker than I tend to enjoy for a wrist strap, but this watch has served me well. It's a tank. It's very, very lightweight, but it can take a beating. Favorite Scotch whiskey is the same as my favorite whiskey, Lagavulin 16. I really enjoy Islay scotches, but I'm not super picky. Want to do a live TI bead giveaway? Why not? How are we going to do it? Hey, it's your idea, Chadwick. You got to come up with how we're doing it. How we doing it? So we got pick a number. It's always an easy one. We've got choose a random comment, which I would let you choose it. Or maybe I could choose it. I don't know. So number, random comment, or somebody guessing some sort of random fact about me. Hey, Sav, I did buy her a wallet and a purse not long ago. Thank you very much. One of the giant, long, rectangular ones. What are you talking about? I can't keep up with what you're talking about, Alex. This thing's crazy. So whenever I have a podcast again, I'm going to really, really struggle with flicking and opening and closing knives. It's not going to be easy. I'm going to have to find something that's quiet and very discreet to fidget with. Like, this isn't so bad because it doesn't make any noise. I can just spin it in my fingers, but see, this is distracting. I'm not spinning it well, but you get the point. What happened? The chat died. We're not live anymore? Yeah, we're live. What happened? You all chat at the same time and slow chat hit you? There we go. Oh my god, my chat just... oh my god. The chat just lagged way behind, and then I just got like 300 messages all at once. Holy crap. Okay, looking for important things. Where are you at, Chadwick? I saw it in here somewhere. Let's do the random fact. Okay. Okay, what is the random fact about me? Alex, can you choose a random fact about me? Don't say the fact, but like don't answer it for people. People have to guess the answer. So what's a fact about me that I should ask people to try to guess? You're probably better at that than I am. Yeah, I don't know what happened with the chat, but it lagged for like 30, 45 seconds and then just boom. Little known fact, but Taylor is Ron Swanson's long lost son. Well, if you're not part of the Discord server, or if you haven't been following me for a long time, I encourage you here on YouTube to search Swan Ronson. Not Ron Swanson, Swan Ronson. And yeah, I get that I look like Luke Combs a lot, but I don't look like Luke Combs. Alex's dad's girlfriend's daughter's husband, if you can follow that, he looks like Luke Combs. I don't. Oh boy, Oliver, nobody else can see that, but I can see that, and that's a no. I did get a maker knife. I had some issues with it for sure. I thought it was cool, but I like the TPT slide better. Former roommate. That's a good fact. Probably impossible for most of you guys to know. Alex, you have not given me a random fact. Not that I've seen. No, that's a bad one. Middle name. I don't know that anybody would guess my middle name. Sorry, Oliver. That'll have to be a private calendar. Made for friends only. I love sour beers. Absolutely love sour beers. I like them when they're so sour and tart that they lock up your jaw. I can't think of a good one either. I guess we could do something like first vehicle or something. Just something stupid and insignificant. Okay, I got it. Okay, I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but I want to tell you guys to guess the answer to this fact about me. And then What sport you played in high school? I've talked about that too much in the Discord. That doesn't count. Although most of these people are wrong. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you to guess the answer to this fact. The first one to guess it gets the titanium bead from Big Idea Design. If you win and you're not in the Discord server, you will have to join the Discord server to get in touch with me. Okay. Are you guys ready for the fact that you have to guess? Like, the question, I guess, technically is what it is. Are you guys ready? Wicked Weed, yeah, they're semi-local. They're in Asheville. They're just 2 hours away. I've not been. I think Alex has been, but I haven't been. I definitely prefer hazy IPAs over sours. Yes, no? You guys ready? I need to know. Ready. Ready. I need to see a few more. Spam the chat. No, Joe, you can't win. You're a mod. Anybody in the stream other than Alex can win right now. And Chadwick, because it's his product. Okay. What was the brand of my first ever knife? Ever. Not when I started the channel. What was the brand of my first ever knife? See if you guys can guess it. And who guesses it fast? Whew. Hey, John Pratt, I got to build the suspense here. All right, I know there's a short delay, so you guys are still saying ready in the chat. Nobody has guessed it yet. Gerber, Buck, Gerber, Kershaw. No. Okay, SOG. It's all the same so far. I have not seen it yet. No to Wenger or Spyderco or Oppenel, Buck, Gerber, Lum-Tec, Kershaw. No to all of these. No to Ontario or CRKT. No to Schrade. No to Case. That's close, but not Case. No one has guessed it yet. It is not the one I found. Good memory, but that's not it. I knew this was a good one. As soon as it hit me, I knew this was a good one. It's not Snap-on. It's not Milwaukee. No one has said it yet. And I know why no one said it. Hang on. I'm still looking, but I've not seen it at all. No one has no. How have you? Not a single person has said it yet. There we go. Matt Perkins. Barlow. Was a Barlow brand knife. Matt Perkins, you are the winner. So I'm going to tag you. Boom. All right, so Chadwick. I knew nobody was going to guess it because everybody just thinks Barlow is a pattern now. It's not just a pattern. There was a Barlow brand knife that I had. Barlow brand. Yes, it says Barlow on the bolster. Yep. I know, most people don't even know it's a brand, but the brand of knife that I owned was a Barlow. It was a bit of a trick question, but I've talked about it before. Yeah, congratulations, Matt. Chadwick, do you want to facilitate that, or do you want me to handle it? I don't know the best way. Should I just tell him to DM you on Instagram or something? It's not a Schrade. No, it's not a Schrade. It's not a tree brand. It's not a Schrade. It's not a case. It's a Barlow brand. I would know because I still own it. It's still at home. You can call my bluff on it all you want, but I still own the knife. I looked it over recently, too. Caitlin Stamper said it first. I did not see it, but if that is true... they are correct. So, Caitlin Stamper. Chadwick, since I'm wrong, could we hit them both with one? Would that be okay? If not, then I'll send you a bead myself. It does exist. Thank you, Swerve Easy. Thank you. I know it exists because I had it. I do not have a Pete's Pirate coin. No. No pressure on that, Chadwick. If not, I've got beads galore. So it's okay. I've got a bunch of zero feud beads, the little nukes. I have like 40 of them. Chadwick is definitely the real MVP of this stream. Always is. Peter and I have talked about working together. I told him I wanted to wait until his new office is finished, and he told me that's going to be done in January. So, I know, I already admitted that Caitlin said it first, and I missed it. So he already said that we're going to take care of both of them. Whether Chadwick sends both of them beads, or if I send one and he sends one, it's okay. It's okay. I know you have both beads and coins. You're a prick. You're facilitating the whole thing, Chadwick. Of course, I would hope you have them. Now, I have something that you don't have, Chadwick. Question is, what did I do with it? Oh, I know, it's right here. It's actually not here. I thought it was, but it's not. I have lost it. That is not good. I have lost the oh so important bead. Where did I put it? Yeah, Vice, Anvil Tactical. I have looked at their stuff. Yep, I have lost the prototype. I've lost the prototype Pete's Pirate Life bead. Oh no. Who knows where I put it? I do support the main man Trevor moment, of course. I've never tried a land knife, and I will not, because they rip designs, and I'm not ever going to support that. I would say I own like 60 or 70 knives, maybe more, maybe less. I sell knives, I buy knives, and I never keep count. I am currently looking for that, and I cannot find it. Did I put it? I did not put it back on the James brand knife. I did have it on a knife in a recent video, but I don't know where I put it. somewhere around here. Somewhere around here, I've got the Pete's Pirate Life bead that nobody else has. Best damn challenge coin. Challenge coins are coming, and a special pry bar will come eventually too. I do have this. I have the Pete's Pirate Life Pocket Pro in brass with his clip, and just because I feel like flexing a little bit, I have the puck, which never was released. I did offload some of those budget knives in the classifieds, yes. How long have I been going? So easy to lose track of time. 50 minutes. I included the squid in my budget video. Not the budget knives video, but I did a budget EDC gear video a while back, and I included the squid. I found it for $12 at Academy. It's really hard to beat it for that. I don't know about a pry, but I think it was Freeman Knives this morning who said he wanted to send me a custom. Is that who it was? I DM'd him and asked him a question. Hey, yeah, it was Freeman Knives. We talked this morning, and he said he would like to send me a custom, which would be really nice. He said I told him the Harley looked really nice, and he said he'd send it, which is crazy. Wow, so this is what started the conversation with Freeman earlier. Let me see if I can show you guys. Actually, switch to this. I don't know how studio mode works. So you guys can see this. There's my face. So earlier today, this was posted that these were stolen, which is truly unfortunate. But then, turns out some lowlife, he says, tried to sell these at a pawn shop for $200 and was caught on camera. So those customs were found. But this is the knife that I told him looked really, really nice. This is the Freeman Knives Harley. It's really, really nice looking. He does really great work. Anyway. Still got to figure out OBS. I'm so out of practice with it. Now you got to spend more money. I think most of his knives are sold like auction. You can't really buy Pete stuff yet. I think the Big Idea Design pins pre-order is over. I don't think you can still get in on that. It's not a membership. There's nothing. If you enter the password at Pete'sPirateLife.com, there's nothing there. He doesn't have stuff to sell yet. So it's not like you can just go buy stuff. There's nothing to buy yet. Somebody's asking for a Discord link. If you want into the Discord, that's the Discord link right there. With the live format, it is much easier to do honorable mentions for sure. Yep. I'm really actually digging this, and I think doing the show live every Friday will be so much nicer, to be honest. I don't have any ballad songs. I have no experience with them whatsoever. The under $50 knives classified post was kind of lumped in with a bunch of other stuff, and it all went kind of quickly. I didn't sell them all. Like, I kept the Elementum. At first, I kept the Cutjack. I kept the Boker Strike, and I kept the Copper Natrix. I have had a mini grip. I've not had a full-size grip. You guys are crazy. 2-hour EDC weekly. If I did the live show, I'd probably like to keep it to an hour. I think an hour is a good length for this show. Discord's a riot, for sure. By the way, while I'm sitting here fidgeting with this, and since Chadwick's here, I'll talk about this little thing. So you guys are probably familiar with the Bit Bar, which is their pocket screwdriver, but this is the new one. This is the EDS, Everyday Screwdriver, and it has a titanium frame lock on a screwdriver, which is insane. The detent on this thing is actually magnetic. So the magnet right here, if you can see that, magnet on the inside right there is what holds the bit in place, since this is all titanium. Really clever. There's also magnetic retention for the bit and a pocket clip if it'll ever focus. Still gotta iron that one out. And then you have storage for 2 more bits right there. You can flick this open because of that magnetic detent, but let this be a warning. If you flick this thing open too hard, since this bit is only held in place by a magnet, this then can become a projectile. And I just about knocked out a window at Alex's granddad's house, and nobody knows it but me and you guys now. So just let that be a warning. I think these are available on their website right now. I haven't looked. I think they are. And if you use my coupon code, carry on, you'll get, I think it's 10% off. So this is the link to that. And use coupon code. I'll link it again and delete that last one. There you go. So that's the EDS, assisted opening on a screwdriver. It's not really assisted opening, and it's not meant to be flicked, but you can. You can flick it, but you have to flick it just enough to open it, but not so much that the bit goes flying. It's kind of a gamble, you know? What's up, Jeremy? Yeah, don't hit the ceiling. I just about knocked out the overhead light when I was on a FaceTime with Jeremy the other week with this. Jeremy knows. He can't flick his open because he's got weak thumbs. I don't really EDC a Leatherman. Instead, do I have my bag around here? Yeah, it's right here. So instead, this is my backpack that I carry most days. This is the Key Smart backpack. In this side pocket, I have this little Maxpedition pouch. Inside this Maxpedition pouch is like a Big Idea Design treasure trove. I've got a Leatherman Free P4. I have the Bit Bar, the Olight Baton Pro, the TI EDC wrench. I have a Lum-Tec ruck, actually. A Griffin Pocket Tool XL, the TI Pocket Pro, and a set of tweezers. That's what I carry in my backpack as like a little portable toolkit. You guys need to harass Jeremy, though, because we're supposed to be doing a podcast together, but this guy can't get it together. It's all his fault. I'm ready to go. Look, here I am, ready to go, Jeremy. Got my 2 videos done last week. Got my live stream set up. And here you are, just chilling, having your 5th cigar break of the day, 2nd glass of whiskey, 3rd coffee. I know you. You're a predictable man, Jeremy. Oh yeah, Jeremy, you should be a mod. I feel like you'll kick people out with reckless abandon. It's not a kit, but I should make a kit like that for sale on Carry Commission, like all in one. But it'd be expensive. Hold on. Let's just think about that again. If we added all of this up. Okay, Lum-Tec ruck, I think he just upped those to like $100. I don't know what the EDC wrench is. Let's just say another $100. The Baton Pro, what is that, 80 or 90? The Bit Bar is 120. This is 140. That's 60. This thing is like 30, 40, and then tweezers. So that's like a $600, $700 pouch. First whiskey. Jeremy, I know you're lying. I called you at like noon and you were on your 2nd whiskey. And your 4th cigar for the day. Ooh, I like this. I can hear myself again. I do love whiskey and coffee, but cigars, I'm just kind of on the fence about. But, Jeremy, I didn't tell you about this, but this happened earlier. I will not sell you a BWSAK. I can't do it. Come on. I did not tell you about this earlier, but I now have a brass fountain pen. Sorry, not sorry, man. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, I could do like a DIY kit, but I probably wouldn't do it with Maxpedition. I'd probably try to do it with like Yellow Birch or Hitch and Timber, like sell a whole complete kit. But that would be expensive on my end too. I mean, think about how much it would cost to just, buy a bunch of Leatherman's wholesale, if you even can. A lot of those companies won't sell wholesale to just anybody. You have to have like a minimum order of like 100 pieces, which 100 pieces on Leatherman's, let's say the wholesale is, I don't know, $60, $70. I don't know. Let's say it's that, and you have to do an order of 100 pieces. $60 at 100 pieces. That's not exactly cheap. And that's just for one piece of the whole kit. Just to throw a little economics at you. Like, it's not something I could just do. I could crowdfund it, maybe. I could do a video on my everyday carry bag. I could. Caitlin, did you get in touch with Chad? I don't know if Chad's still in here, but he said he'll get you squared away on a beat as well. Ha! You thought you were going to miss the live stream. Clearly, you've not caught any of my past live streams where I talk for like 3 hours. I like hanging out and talking. It's fun. But I'm almost out of beer. Not almost out. This can's almost empty. I have a whole mini fridge in my closet full of beer. Joe, have a good night, ma'am. Thanks for moderating. Chad, I was just making sure that you got in touch with Caitlin as well. I should collaborate with Chris Ramsey. A collaboration with Chris Ramsey is possible, maybe even probable, but I don't need cards. I mean, we could sell cards and carry commission, but I don't need them. I'm not a cardistry expert. I can barely shuffle a deck. But no, I love Chris's videos. He struck gold with those puzzle solving videos. I love puzzles. And I'm so upset that I didn't think about doing that before Chris. I can't do it now. Like, I could do one, but I can't steal that idea. Core Essentials belt is the best belt. Yes, I wear one every day. I'm wearing one right now. What do you guys think of this microphone? If it's horrible, just all of you should just go yell at Jeremy, because it was his idea for me to get this mic. He said, buy it. You have to buy it right now. So if the mic doesn't sound good, it's his fault. Blame him. And I can go buy another mic and return this one. Hazy IPAs are so good. I know, I'm stuck on them. Chris Ramsey's videos are, God, they're just so relaxing. I could watch them forever. In fact, when I get started, I usually watch 2 or 3, and Alex is over it in no time. Sounds good? All right, you passed the test, Jeremy. You passed the test. Somebody said that it's really heavy on the higher mids. And I don't think I have a way that I can mix it in real time. I could if I got a switchboard like you, or a mixer, but all I have is the Scarlet 2i2. I don't really ever do bushcrafting, no. I'm more of a comfort camper. Just go out into the woods and enjoy the woods. I don't mind, making a fire with nothing. Like, I enjoy that. But I don't necessarily enjoy just going into the woods with just a knife. Not my bag. I don't want a pop filter. I'm quiet. Normally I sound like Kermit the Frog, so if it doesn't make me sound like Kermit the Frog, then this is a fantastic knife. If I sound like Kermit, then it's just normal. Or Seth Rogen, I get that a lot too. Oh, Jeremy, this one's for you. You know what it is. This one's for you, man. Oh, I don't even feel bad about it. You're welcome. You guys, Jeremy and I FaceTime several times per week. And every time I have to do that to him. Because it's just a sweet knife. I sound like Barry White. I don't know about that. I definitely don't feel like I sound like Kermit. We already did a giveaway. We already did a giveaway. We did a giveaway on titanium beads. I would give away a Gil-Tec ruck, but I sold out. I no longer have Gil-Tec rucks in my store. They're gone. It's crazy. I sold 100 of them. Hey, Morganton is not very far away at all. Favorite slip joint? I have to say and this is a cop-out answer, but the Benchmade Proper. Like, I know the action on the Proper isn't great. It's a little muddy. But other than the Northwoods I have, which is too small, it's the best one I've ever had. I would love to have a Northwoods Big Bay, or I guess it's it's not a signal jack. I can't remember which other one it is, but the Big Bay is really, really nice. The Little Bay is just too small. It's just very, very small knife. But I do like slip joints. But that's why I love this knife so much, because it looks like a slip joint. It has a pocket clip. It has a titanium frame lock. It's on bearings. The action is great. But it looks like it should be a slip joint. I mean, look at that. It looks like a slip joint. But it's not. I can't unlock it left-handed. The action on this thing is insane. I actually maintained it the other day. I took it apart, cleaned it, oiled it, and it's just so smooth. I do not EDC fixed blades. I've talked about that a bunch. Yeah, so I was actually talking to Peter a couple weeks ago, maybe last week, about the Mini Mod Mondays that I used to do, and he said he really liked that, and I should probably try to bring that back. And I don't think he's wrong. It was a fun series to do. I really enjoyed doing the Mini Mod Mondays. I don't know that I could do it every Monday anymore. That was one of the reasons I stopped, is doing it every single Monday was exhausting. And I realized I was not the best at doing DIY videos, but I think I'd be better now. This knife, one more time for Jeremy. You're welcome, bro. Love ya. This is the Pena X Series front flipper trapper made by Rayot. So designer is Enrique Pena. You can see that there. It says X Series beneath it. These were dropped in a pretty small batch a few weeks ago, and they disappeared very, very quickly. But it is a sick, sick knife. I am lucky and very happy I got one. Thanks, Poolboy94. I appreciate it. Jeremy, one day you'll have a knife almost as cool as mine. Just if we're going to do some show and tell, I might as well do some show and tell. This mic really drops off quick. Whoa. Whoa. Have a good night, Jacob. We're going to do a little showing off. I should do a little showing off. These are probably my absolute most carried knives. So, as I've been saying throughout this stream, the Ace Biblio in green micarta has been in my pocket every day since I got it last week. As well as the Pena. I've been carrying the Pena every single day. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. I also have been rotating in my custom PM2, which originally EDC Alabama customized it, then I customized it. These are Flightanium scales, which EDC Alabama blasted, but I lasered my pocket logo on there. So I've been carrying this one. I also have my custom bug out, which is still fantastic. This thing is great. The action, I probably need to clean this thing, but no, I've had so many people ask me if I'm going to sell a BW SAK. I am not selling a BW SAK. This thing is sweet, though. So, so nice. Custom bug out with Bashy scales, which I blasted, and bronze anode, and a Rips Garage Tech Zero Feud Lil Nuke in this really aggressive tumbled titanium. And my custom Sabinza. This is the large Sabinza. I've still got tape all over the blade. So large Sabinza that I also customized not too long ago. Those are my most carried knives. God, this thing sounds so good when you open it. Hang on, hang on. It just sounds so good. There is not a single knife in my collection that sounds this good when you open it or feels this good. It's just so satisfying. Have a good night, Chris. Next best thing to the Pena X series. Man. In my collection, I'd have to say the Sabinza. Honestly. That's the second best. Take it off slow mode. Dude, you were not here earlier. Earlier, this chat was insane. We can try it, but the slow mode earlier saved me. We'll disable it for now. If it gets crazy again, I might have to re-enable it. Chat away. For over $400, it better be. Yeah, so this one was $274. That's what I paid for the Pena. So $274. And really, none of the others I said. I mean, this one's a close. This one's really solid. Really solid. But when it comes down to it, if I had to choose one knife in my collection, it would be really tough to choose between them. And they're wildly different knives. But if I had to choose just one, it would come down to these two. It just would. They're both so, so good. This thing is, I know you meant the Sabinza, but I'm just saying. This is a Sony A7R3 that I'm using. I need to fix the autofocusing. It wants to focus on my face. Like if there's any portion of my face showing, it wants to focus on my face. So I've got to fix the autofocus method, and then it'll be fine. But if I put it on like center focus, like a big wide area, it wants to focus on the mic. So I've just got to turn off the face priority. Forgot to do that before I put it up there behind my monitors. I've not made any scales myself yet. Not yet. I do have a plan for some scales very soon that I will be sending to Zach at Blade HQ. And I think he's really going to like it. I cannot wait for him to see his reaction to the scales. The action on the Ace is perfect. It came perfect. It came broken in. It doesn't drop, which is fine. I don't really care if a knife drops. But it's been really, really solid. The flipper's a little tight. I need to adjust the pivot a little bit. But not a hint of blade play. It's so good. Have a good night, Sergio. Shh, Jeremy, I gotta delete. I have to delete your comment now. I'm sorry. I can't let it out. It's a secret. The model name of the Pena is the Front Flipper Trapper. So it's the X Series front flipper trapper. It's a mouthful. You guys can't be spoiling the fun. Yeah, the Ace Biblio feels like a user. Like the stock is very thin. Let's just compare the stock to like the Sabinza. The stock is thin. Actually, it seems about the same thickness as the Sabinza, but it feels thinner. But it is much thinner behind the edge, for sure. It tapers very quickly, where this one is a hollow grind, and it's thicker further down the blade. This one is a flat grind, and it just feels super thin, but it makes it very, very slicey, much slicier than the Sabinza. So I'm having so much trouble not fidgeting with knives right now. I have held a Koenig, but I just, their designs do not speak to me. Their designs are very techy, very futuristic, and for me, I'm I'm much more into understated, classy looking knives. I don't really go for tactical. I go for just very simple. And Koenig is not very simple. Neither is like some of the upper end Wii's. They have some really strange designs. It just don't do anything for me. I've not tried a TRM Atom, but I've looked at it. Um, Not sure I would buy one myself, but I've heard a lot of really good things. I do not use the guides with the work sharp. I actually use the grinding attachment for the Kin Onion, which is basically their elite sharpener, and I freehand. So I set the angle and I freehand them. I found that much easier than the guides for some reason. The Sabinza, it feels like a tool. I've said that before. Like, the PM2 feels like I can abuse it, but I know the tips are a little fragile sometimes. This feels good. The ergos on this are better than just about any other knife on the market. The ergos on the PM2 are just so good, but it doesn't quite feel like a tool. It feels like a knife. It feels like I could put it to work. This feels like a tool. Like, it feels like it wants to be used. And that's not just me, like, caving to the marketing. It feels solid. It feels ridiculously solid. So much so that some people don't like it because of how stiff it feels. Like, a lot of people can't flip them open right out of the box. But, I mean, the action on this one is perfect. Well, that was a bad flick, but the action on this is absolutely perfect. Yeah, the PM2 does melt in your hand. I mean, no matter how you want to grip it, choking up or here, it locks in. I've not had a hawk dead like. Ooh, I got a knife to show you guys. Everybody seems to love when I pull this thing out. And I love just flicking this thing open. It just sounds so good. This is the Something Obscene Company GA Cape version 3, and it rings like a dinner bell when you flick it certain ways. Can you hear that clink? Hang on, one more time. That was too hard. You gotta flick it kind of slow. It's got a ring to it. It's so badass. This is probably one of the more tactical knives, but it's so clean. And this one, the reason I pulled it out is because this locks into your hand too. The ergos on this are just so good. And it just locks in. The Chavez is at home, actually. I don't have all my knives at the office yet. Yeah, I use KPL. To the person asking about what's the best oil. Sounds like victory. Personally, I don't like the appearance of the PM3. I'm sure it's great, but I don't like the way the shorter blade looks. I prefer the longer blade. You can't hear the ring over the mic. I'll give it one more try. I can hear it. It could just be that the mic's not picking up that frequency well. The most fidgety, Chivas Regal. Not quite. The most fidgety knife is probably the bug out of the PM2. Guardian Tactical. Seriously, don't even consider the Infidel. I've never held an Infidel. Go Guardian Tactical. It makes... I like this Microtech a lot, but the Guardian Tactical makes this thing seem clunky. Honestly, it's so much different. Like, it's just so much smoother. And with less blade play than all the Microtechs I've tried. You can hear it better when I close it. Oh yeah, it is super thin behind the edge. I asked, so I was talking to Felix one day, and I asked him why this thing rings like it does, and he said, "I have no idea." My thought was this: so that little flipper tab is so thin that I thought it might be the flipper tab, but what doesn't make sense is that the thumb stud version. So this knife comes in either a thumb stud or a flipper tab. The thumb stud version does not have a flipper tab, but the thumb stud version still rings. So it can't be the flipper tab because the version without a flipper tab also rings. I don't know. That was a really good one. I think he's making another version of the J Cape. I mean, this was version 3. I understand why he didn't make more because I now know kind of what it costs just to make a knife, and it's no small amount. Like the minimum orders paired with the wholesale is, it gets spendy. I've already looked into making a knife, and it's expensive. It could ring because of the thinness of the blade. I don't know. It's a very interesting knife. It's not the clip. You can take the clip off and it still does it. So it's definitely not the clip. I don't know. It's a fun thought experiment. It's a fun knife. It's really, really sick. And it's one that I'm going to hang on to because you can't buy them now. If you keep an eye on the secondary like a hawk, you can find them, but they go pretty quickly. Always. I'm out of beer. Gosh, dang it. A slim, fidgety, deep carry, strong knife for 2020. Hoping this happens like bug out profile. Well, it's already been made, my man. Deep carry, thin, titanium, bug out profile. Just get your bashy scales for your bug out and a Casey Lynch clip, and you're good to go. Actually, honestly, I actually prefer the original clip on this better. With the bashy scales, if I can focus. With the bashy scales, this clip is a little long and has just a little too much leverage to twist side to side. I think this clip would do better on another Benchmade. But this right here, I should carry this knife more. I haven't carried it in a while. It's so good. Let me get another beer. Show's not over yet. I don't think a beard growing contest is a good idea. I'm pretty sure Jeremy wins that one by default. The bug out is solid, but it is so much more solid when you get some titanium scales on it. So good. All right, so this is going to be round 2 of the Q&A. Ask me some questions. How do you get better at sharpening? The best thing you can do is research it, learn the techniques, and learn what exactly you're doing, and then it starts to make more sense. But start with a guided system or buy a bunch of cheap knives and start with stones. Either way, it just takes a lot of practice. I did switch up the beer. So also from Cabarrus Brewing, but this is not the So Juicy. This is their Cackalack Haze, which I don't like quite as much, but I'm saving the So Juicy because they're not cheap. This is much cheaper, but the So Juicy, I only have one left, and they're so good. Sorry for the slurping. ASMR. Beer drinking ASMR. It's the video you didn't know you wanted. Where are we with the worst Damn EDC episode? I don't know that that'll ever happen. But maybe I could critique your EDCs or something. You can only buy from one knife brand for the rest of your life. Which brand? I hate to do it, but I have to go with CRK. I have to. Like, I would be happy carrying this knife for the next year. I would. And I could carry this knife for the rest of my life, and it would probably outlive me. And if I needed to send it in for anything, this version of this knife I would not. If I could only have one knife for the rest of my life, I would not customize it. I would be kind of SOL with this one because I've done so. I didn't do a ton of work, but I've customized it and modified it. But if I can only buy from one brand, I would buy a brand new Sabenza large and just use that. But I mean, if you could only buy from one company, I'd buy the Sabenza and a large and a small, an Umnum, and just an Inkosi just to round it out, and the kitchen knife. I can't remember the name of that one, but I would have that too. And just be done. Those are the knives. Any EDC with BT Bam. Paul is touring right now. I think they did their last show either last night or the night before in California. So when he gets back and after New Year's or after the new year, I'm gonna reach back out to Paul. It's been a while since I've talked to him, but I'm sure he'd be happy. Yo, Cajoling Technologies. Thank you for the package. I went and checked my P.O. box earlier today. Thank you so much. That was really, really nice of you. Came across beard ornaments. No, I'm not partaking. I did leave the package at home, just for the record. I did not bring the stuff with me. I do not have any of the stuff with me here. I have a Cypop Contra with it's a brass on both sides. I got the extended screws, and then I got the G10 liner in OD green. Excuse me. These beers are making me burp. Sorry, not sorry. Whatever, EDC is something that's a folder but not a flipper. Not a flipper. Not a flipper. Not a flipper. Yes. What brand of titanium scales are on the bug out? These are Bashi scales. So Bashi Designs on Instagram, also Bashi Designs in the EDC or the Discord server. A budget watch. If you're wanting automatic, go Seiko 5. If you're wanting just a diver watch, I would say Casio. I'm blanking on the name. It starts with a D. It's not Dumas because that's the Spinnaker. Casio. I can't remember. Duro. D-U-R-O. Yes, I did mention BT Bam. Somebody asked me if I would do an EDC with BT Bam. I actually know Paul. He's a friend of mine. I've not talked to him in a while, but Paul is a friend of mine. But yeah, I've been a fan of BT Bam since I was, oh man, I don't know. It was like late middle school, early high school. I've been listening to BT Bam for a very long time. Huge fan. And I lived in Pennsylvania for a while, right outside Philly, actually. So I lived in Winston-Salem for most of my life. I moved up to the Philly area for a few months and started a coffee business and moved back to the Charlotte area, and I just happened to meet Paul because he has a coffee company, which is delicious coffee. It's Night Flyer Roast Works. Used to be Parliament Coffee, but yeah, he's really, really good at roasting coffee and cares very, very much about the product. I don't have a ton of options for fixed blade, but this is one that I have considered carrying. Let's see, Bradford Guardian 3. And if I can, I gotta take my headphones off again. I don't need them anyway. I don't know why I have them on. I'm also really digging. About knocked my beer over again. I'm also really digging this. I was not a fan of this until I got my hands on it. This is the Travax Trek knife. S35 VN skeletonized knife. Fits really great in the hand. It's interesting. It's different, but I really like it, and it is super slim and minimal. I'm not a massive fan of the sheath. I don't like black leather or anything, but really cool knife. Hello, Norman. I love you as well. The family is great. The baby is growing so fast. Like 3 weeks ago, she could barely crawl, and now you sit her down, and she's across the room in like 3 seconds, and it's tough. I feel bad for Alex because, you know, she has to run around and chase her all day. I come here and get work done and go home, and she's, you know, getting sleepy. She's ready for bed, which I hate. I don't get to see her as much as I'd like, but Alex is running ragged with her all day, every day. Best overall budget EDC knife of 2019. Easy. Come give me a harder question than that. Best overall budget knife 2019, hands down, goes to the Civivi Elementum. No doubt about it. Without a thumb stud Spidey hole. Yeah, I've EDC'd Swiss Army knives and the Benchmade proper and traditionals. I have no problem having a knife without some sort of fast opening system. To the person, I don't know where it went, Paul, asking about customizing the PM2 easily. Yeah, so I did a video on how to customize a knife. A better video for how to do that, like as a DIY at home sort of project, is actually from Jeremy Sires, whose comment is right below yours. He did a video on how to customize a knife, how to acid etch and stonewash at home for relatively cheap. Fairly easy project you can do yourself. I highly recommend that video. So just check out his video, Jeremy Sires. He did way better than me at that. May Taylor Jeep Martin cometh. Yes. Mighty Hanks. I feel you on that. Mighty Hanks sent me a bunch of handkerchiefs, and I still baby them. So, you're not wrong. I didn't even pay for them, and I still baby them. They just feel so nice. This camera right here in front of me is the Sony A7R III. I think it's the A7R. Yeah, it's the 7R. It's the same camera I use for my other videos. I just have an Elgato cam link so I can plug my camera into my MacBook as a camera. Because normally you can't do that. So you use a cam link from Elgato and it becomes a webcam. So I can do 1080p 60 frames per second straight out of camera. Which is really nice. Have a good night, Chadwick. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for running a giveaway. As always, you're a true gent. We also need to talk soon. I have to catch you up maybe tomorrow. If you've got time, I will talk to you tomorrow. Let me know. Text me. Also, speaking of the J-cape ringing, gotta get my face out of the way. Speaking of this thing ringing, another knife that actually rings, nobody talks about it, is the Elementum. Mine has a little bit of a ring to it when it opens. Maybe I go slower. Yeah, there it is. It rang. You should all be subscribed to Jeremy. Giveaways are scheduled. Sweet. Thanks. Have a good night, Chadwick. Cajoling Technologies. I shoot my videos in 2 different formats. We're not getting a focus. I want to stress that there are 2 different settings on my cameras. I have all of my Sony cameras set up the exact same way. 4K, 24 frames per second, 1080p at 120 frames per second. That's how all of my video clips are shot. So I choose one or the other. If I need digital zoom and I don't need slow motion for movement or action, I always have it in 4K. And if there's movement and action and I want something dramatic, I switch to 1080 120p. And I just switch between those, and I have all of my sequences that I edit in Premiere Pro are done with 1080p sequences, so I can do that zooming in 4K. And then when I go to edit, I actually have the export, or when I export, not when I edit. When I go to export, I actually export in 4K. So a lot of my footage is in 1080p, but I still export it at 4K because it looks better on YouTube as a 4K file, even if the footage is at 1080p. Upscaling it to 4K looks better than uploading a 1080p file at 1080p native resolution on YouTube. The reason for that is because YouTube heavily compresses 1080p files, and they don't compress 4K nearly as much. So 1080p rendered at 4K and uploaded to YouTube in 4K looks better than 1080p rendered in 1080p and uploaded to YouTube in 1080p. I hope that makes sense, but yeah, nobody asked for that, but just throwing it out there. Jeremy, I've also made probably about 900 more videos than you have, so don't feel bad. I'm still slow at editing. Do you need me to say that again? I have done outdoor videos. You can check some of them out over at Modern Outdoor Dweller here on YouTube. I haven't made a video for that channel in a while, but it has almost 90,000 subscribers. That was my other channel before I started this one. Jeremy, you put way too much time and effort into color grading. You really do. The budget series, I actually was thinking about doing another budget video this week, but I'm not going to. I'm going to do it maybe next week or next year. I definitely want to do another budget video. And I'm thinking either a $250 budget. Oh, I'm getting some serious frame drops. All right, I think we're back. I'm thinking either a $250 budget or a budget of $50 per item. I also want to build my own watch from parts that I buy online. I've got a lot of plans for videos, and now that I'm back in this space and working with a flow, I feel I can get onto all of this stuff, finally. Link to the Discord, easy peasy, I got that for you right here. Boom, you're welcome. Wazoo Survival Gear. I actually know those guys. I met them at Blade Show. We talked a lot. We went to a Waffle House at like 3 a.m. with a bunch of people from Alone, Survivor, and some other survival show. I was at Waffle House at 3 a.m. with a bunch of people from survival television shows, which is kind of odd, but awesome. One of those was Fowler. So he and I linked up. We haven't done anything together since then, but we've talked. I need to reach back out to him, see how he's doing. He seems like he's very busy. He makes a lot of videos. A CNC mill is definitely a ridiculous investment for a hobbyist. So if you're going to do it, you might as well go in head first and really do it. Rambo, the best suggestion I can give you is join the Discord and hang out in the Watches channel. Those people are going to guide you a lot better than I will. I've got a few like canned responses that I can give you. Seiko 5, Casio Duro, and Timex Expedition Series. Those are all some decent options. But the people over in the Discord and the Watches channel are going to absolutely do better than me. Actually, if you are okay with a quartz watch, I would say I would recommend going to Bertucci's website. This is the Bertucci that I wear. They make absolute tanks for watches. And now that you're in a new spot, oh yeah, the podcast, we got to get on it. I'm ready. But Bertucci makes absolute tanks for watches, and they have a bargain bin and a certified pre-owned section on their website. And you can get really good prices on their watches. This was a $450 watch that I got from their bargain bin for $250, and this thing is an absolute tank. It's very thin, it's very light, so it's not heavy. But the thing about Bertucci is that there are no spring bars. They have integrated lugs and bars, so it's all one piece of titanium, except for the case back. It is all solid titanium. That's a sapphire lens. This thing is shockproof. It's a freaking bomb-proof watch. So for a paramedic or somebody who's in construction or heavy-duty stuff, this right here is the watch. And this one obviously cost a lot more because it was a $450 watch. But you can get a better watch from them with a sapphire lens for really cheap, especially if you check their certified pre-owned and their bargain bin. And not all of them have wrist blankets for straps. Not all of them. The watch I showed you, Jeremy, was a Citizen. Have a good night, Paul. Thanks for hanging out. It was a lot of fun. I can't believe I'm still going. We're almost at 2 hours. Wow. Josh, check the certified pre-owned and the bargain bin. They're on the Bertucci website, and you can get them for really, really cheap, actually. I've had several people ask me about worst damn EDC. The only way I will do a worst damn EDC video is if I ask for the submission for the worst EDC, and then whoever has the worst EDC gets a whole new EDC on me. But the problem with that is that people are going to forget about their good gear that they've got, and they're going to show up and take pictures of the worst gear they have, which is not true worst EDC. So maybe I could go through the EDC submissions and pick out the worst ones and give to that person, but then I feel like I'm being mean. So I don't know how to do it. I've thought about it. I've had people ask me, but I'm not sure. Yeah, Oris makes some really nice watches. I feel that, buying a Sabinza, waiting until after the holidays. I just bought the Ace Biblio and a few other things from the Discord server, so. This thing sounds good too, kind of rings as well. Opinion on auto knives. Somewhere around here. I'm not even sure where. Actually, I do. Hold on. So, regarding auto knives, I have obviously the Boker Strike from the budget video that I did. I have the Gerber 06 Auto at home, and then I have this sweet, sweet knife here. This is the ProTech SBR, and this knife is really, really nice. It's got a fairly short blade for the length of the handle, but it just kicks like a mule. I mean, this thing kicks hard for such a small knife. It comes out fast. And then, of course, I also have the ProTech Cypher, Microtech Cypher that I've shown a few times tonight. But the legality of auto knives here in North Carolina is very gray. Technically, I think all spring-loaded knives are illegal. I've found websites that say they're not. I've found websites that say they are. It's really tough to know. I also need to check what the battery status on my camera is. Oh, it's doing good. We're good. I've been going for 2 hours and it's still perfectly fine. Probably because I used USB-C to charge it. A dad EDC video. So one thing I've learned since being a dad is that my EDC didn't change really at all. It really didn't. So I don't know how to go about that, to be completely honest. Yeah, but yeah, the laws regarding automatic knives in North Carolina specifically are very confusing. They say all spring-loaded knives are legal, but some sites say that they're legal if you open carry them, just like fixed blades, but I really don't know. And I don't know why this should be illegal and this shouldn't, because the speed's about the same, to be honest. It's about the same. Sorry, Joel, your comment got hidden because Dick's Sporting Goods is apparently not safe for work. $200 to spend at Dick's Sporting Goods. That's a tough one. I think they don't have Benchmades or Spydercos. I don't know. I'd say spend it on fishing gear, maybe. They don't have a really great knife collection. Or selection, I guess I should say. Congrats on that. You're a whole dad. Thanks. Hey, it's Ripley. Yo, what's up? Long time no see. You did not come to the Best Buy reunion. Clint was there. Deshaun was there. There were a lot of people there, and you were not there. I'm upset. Yeah, everybody join the Discord. The Discord's popping these days. It's like 5,000 people in there. It's crazy. Hey, thanks for the $1.99 raw feeding. I have not checked out the JX series from Chris Tanner. Maybe I should. JX series, Chris Tanner. I'll keep that open in a tab and check it out later. Oh, Bark River? I have seen those, actually. Maybe not. I don't know. I'll have to look them up. Can't do that right now. There was an entire reunion. Wait, where are you? Dom, where do you live now? Are you not in North Carolina still? Because I thought Adam lived out of state now. Okay, Thomas, you got to quit spamming the question. I'll either get to it or won't, but spamming it is not going to help. I don't know that I would EDC a Bally, honestly. Like I don't think they're super practical for EDC use. They're more fidgety than anything. Oh, you live in Virginia. All right, that makes more sense. I thought he did. Thanks for the other $1.99. JX6 is your Grail fixed blade. That's the one that popped up. That's a big boy. That's a big old knife. JX6. Chris Tanner JX6 Companion. So knives ship free. Oh, that's not so big. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I'll keep that tab open. You're in Concord. Nice. Any good small local shops you should check out? I heard good things about the knife store on 29 out in Kannapolis. Like you're headed out to China Grove. It's almost in China Grove. But there's a knife store out there. It's literally called Knife Store. I'm not joking. There's a knife store in Kannapolis called Knife Store. And I've not gone, but I've heard good things about it. So maybe I should go at some point, but I've not been yet. Best bang for your buck luxury watch? I don't know. Luxury for me is going to be a couple $100. I just bought a Hamilton. That's about as much as I'm willing to spend on a watch right now. But I don't know what the line for where luxury starts is kind of hard to define. Swiss Army knife blades. I carry this thing pretty often. This is a titanium BWSAK, which is really, really nice. They are very rare to find a custom cadet, but I don't necessarily want to use a Swiss Army knife for heavy use, but I'm sure they're fine. TRM Atom. Eventually, I'll probably check one out. Would I ever get a Rolex? It's hard to say no if the channel ever just blew up and I was making good money. I would maybe try a Rolex at one point. But there are not many Rolexes that I like. I would probably stick to other brands. Like I really want a Speedmaster. At some point I want to get a Speedmaster. The Moonwatch. There are a lot of different watches I would try if I were doing really well for myself. But a Rolex is not really on the list of something I'm dying to get my hands on. John has not started making the custom cadet. I think he started the process of getting the scales made, but he said these were a major pain in the ass to make, so I don't know if he's going to ever make them, but he does still make the other Swiss Army knives. Yeah, I would consider a TOG, a Breitling, Omega, and an Oris, but Speedmaster is top of the list right now. I don't necessarily want a Rolex, I guess, is the thing. I definitely want an Omega, for sure. I really want my Hamilton. I really do. I really hate that it was sent to the wrong address. It was out for delivery on Monday, and I was so excited to get the Hamilton. Finally. So excited. And then my dad sent me a text message and said, I did not expect you to get me something so nice for Christmas. And he sent me a picture of my Hamilton. It was a PayPal thing. I created my PayPal account when I lived at his house, and the person I bought it from saw that address and shipped it there instead of my P.O. box. And I'm still sad about it. I'll have it on Thursday. I have to drive up there Thursday, but Do you guys remember Trevor from the Fit for a King video I did? He's flying into Charlotte on Thursday. I have to go pick him up, and I'm driving him back home because I just feel like I owe him for putting me in touch with Fit for a King. Pocket Now video, wow. Think of a Citizen Auto Watch on Massdrop for $94. I don't know. I'd have to look at it. Speedmaster is nice, but there are so many different versions of the Speedmaster that it's hard to know which one to get. Like, I only started looking at them recently. I saw them pop up in the Barton Bands ad that's always popping up in my feed, and I'm like, wow, I really actually like the look of that that watch. I think I have my Lum-Tec here. I thought I had it. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. I do. This is my other favorite watch right now. The Lum-Tec Combat B54 chronograph. The looms on this watch are absolutely nuts, which, as the name suggests, they should be. So nice. I love it. Josh, have a great night, man. I will see you in the Discord server, I'm sure. I actually really like the Leatherman Micro. Timex Expedition is a good starter watch for sure. Yeah, Lum-Tec is pricey. I mean, I paid $500 for this quartz chronograph, but it does have a domed sapphire crystal. It's 316 stainless, PVD coated, and it's pretty heavy duty, but it's pretty expensive for a quartz, for sure. I've not tried on a Speedmaster. One thing I haven't paid much attention to is how big they are. I typically stay between 40 and 44 millimeters. So if it's outside that range, I'm probably not going to like it. What's up, Bryce? Long time no see. Digital watches are not anti-EDC. Casio Duro would be a good first watch as well. Yeah, for sure. I do still carry EDC utility blades from time to time. Not all the time, but I do. Yeah, I'm not really big into cigars. Jeremy's going to have to school me on those. FW3A has been phenomenal. It's so good for the price. I would not... Okay, here's the thing. I think this is a better flashlight than... Do I have one? Yeah. I think this is a better flashlight for the price than the Baton Pro or really any of the O-lights out there. I think this is a better light. I think any flashlight person would agree. The reason for this being better is because it was designed by flashlight people, right? I'm not telling you guys anything you don't already know. However, I would not recommend this flashlight over this flashlight because I have to think about all of the people who are going to use this flashlight. This flashlight took me hours to learn how to use, like to commit it to memory. And it doesn't have onboard charging, and it doesn't have a lot of the things I want in a flashlight. This one has everything. It's easy to use. It has onboard magnetic recharging. I don't really care for the cool white, but the interface is easier to use. It's just more approachable than this flashlight. This flashlight is complicated. Too complicated for the general public. It's fantastic. It is undeniably a better flashlight, but this one is probably better for most people. Oh, I turned it on. It is very bright. You have to work for NASA to figure out the FW3A. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. But I mean, this is $35, give or take, with the coupon. This is like $80 to $90. So they're in different ballparks as far as price is concerned. But as far as approachable features, Olight is much better. This thing is daunting, to say the least. Really nice build quality. I've had some issues about, like with it, you've got to tweak some things. You got to get the right batteries. You got to buy a battery charger, but it's a better flashlight. That's the other thing. This thing ships straight out of China. So when you buy an FW3A, unless you buy it from Amazon, which is going to cost more, but it comes with a battery and sometimes with a charger, and you don't get to choose your emitter all the time. When you buy this thing, it's going to take 3 weeks to a month and a half to get to your door. So you got to wait. You got to wait for a while. That's the one downside, for sure. What sharpener do I use? I use the Kin Onion Edition with the grinder attachment. So basically the Work Sharp Elite sharpener. That's one I use. Between the Timex Expedition Scout or the Field Chronograph, I prefer the Field Chronograph every single time. It's more busy, which I didn't necessarily prefer, but the Timex Expedition Scout was so loud, it kept me up at night, and I'm not even exaggerating. It drove me crazy sometimes. I am drinking Cackalack Haze from Cabarrus Brewing. And yeah, the Prometheus is still really, really, really good. I'm not saying this flashlight is too hard to learn, but I know, having worked in tech for so long, I know that people are not going to want to spend the time figuring out how to use this flashlight. So, okay, this next few minutes is going to be for people who don't know how this flashlight works. So this is the Anduril UI. I guess I'm pronouncing that correctly. I don't know. So you have one button, but you have like 8 billion different features and functions. So yeah, I want an FW3T for sure. But you can hold to go to moonlight, just like you can with a lot of different lights. You can press and hold to adjust your brightness. Quick press and hold again, and you can adjust down. Your double click is going to get you to turbo. Triple click is actually going to show you the voltage of the battery inside in blinks. So there was 3 blinks and then a pause and then 9 more blinks. That tells you your voltage on the battery. You can double click again. That advances you to the next mode, which is a sunset mode, which slowly dims over an hour and then turns off. You can double click again. That's going to get you to a beacon mode, which is just going to blink every few seconds. And double click again, and it's going to tell you the temperature in Celsius using blinks. So double click, you're going to get 1. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 18 degrees Celsius. That's the room in the temperature in the room right now. Then, if you want to get to the next mode, you're going to double click and then hold. So 1, 2, hold. This gets you to, this one is the party strobe, I guess. So we're going to cycle through tactical strobe, lightning storm. Okay. So this is candle mode. If you can see on my hand, it's just like dimming and brightening. You can go dimmer, you can go brighter. And double click is going to advance you to the next, which is a bike strobe. So this is a bike light. Double click is going to get you to a party strobe, which is not going to look right on camera because of frame rates and whatnot. But you can slow it down or speed it up. Well, I'm going backwards, but next is tactical mode. You can speed it up or slow it down. And then you're back to lightning mode, which is simulating a lightning storm. So it's random flashes. Right? And 4 clicks is going to lock you out. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That little flash tells you you're in lockout mode, and that is momentary moonlight. That's the only thing that pushing the button does. So it will not come on in your pocket. Right? 4 clicks to get out of that. 5 clicks will get you into momentary mode, which I'm not going to turn on because it's just the same thing. It gets you into a momentary mode, and the only way to get out of it is to take the battery out or like disconnect the battery and reconnect it. And then 6 clicks gets you to muggle mode, which is just on and off, and you can adjust your brightness. And that's all you can do. And it's just to prevent like kids or normal people from burning themselves with a flashlight. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're back to normal mode. So what I'm saying is this is a fantastic flashlight, but the UI is absolutely insane. So for those of you out there who have not seen the UI, it's called Andruil UI. And the map for what this UI looks like was made by a crazy person. Like, I understand it now, but when I looked at it the first time, I had no clue what I was looking at. No clue. I was like, whoever designed this is insane. And they are. They are. Whatever. Let me show you. I'm just going to show you real quick what this looked like. Or looks like. This is what you get in the box with the flashlight. I've got to figure out which... I guess it's this right here. This right here is what the UI for this flashlight looks like. This is what you get in the box that tells you how to use this flashlight. It is the most unhelpful pamphlet or tutorial or whatever I've ever seen. It is so difficult. Looking at this makes it way, way worse than it actually is. So much worse. The diagram is just insane. So, that's a big no from me, but I do really like the flashlight. There are also some other things that you can do with this flashlight. So let me demonstrate some of the other things you can do. I'm going to make a video on this flashlight. Don't worry. But when you're in this mode, so you've got that smooth ramp mode, right? While you're in this mode, you can triple click, and that'll get you to a stepped mode. So instead of smooth ramps, it's in steps. What you can do is while you're in this mode, you can click 4 times, and that gets you to the setup mode. And we're setting the lowest brightening, or what? What is it doing? This is the second mode. We're going to leave it how it is. Let me explain what this is going to do first before I set anything up, because it exited me out of the setup mode. So once you get into that setup mode, it's going to flash really quickly, and the number of clicks when it's setting the low mode is how many steps away from the lowest setting you are. So if you click once, you're on the lowest setting, right? The next one is the highest. Same idea. The number of clicks is however many steps you are away from the highest brightness setting. So 1 click will put you at the highest brightness setting. And then the third setup phase, I guess, is how many steps you want in your stepped ramping. I don't know. I guess that's what it would be. So if you want there to be 6 steps, 6 different levels of brightness, then you click 6 times. If you want 7, you click 7 times, so on and so forth. So we're going to turn it back on. We're going to click 4 times. That was 5, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now we're going into the configuration mode. We want 1 for the lowest setting. I'm going to click 2 for the highest setting. And then for the next one, I'm going to click, let's do 8 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Setup is done, and now we have 8 steps for brightness. Instead of, I think it was 3 before. Yeah, so you've also got configuration like this for your temperature, and it is just super, super in-depth. And you can also install auxiliary lights, and then there's a setup mode for auxiliary lights as well. Yeah, this is the Lum-Tec FW3A. So, like I said, this is a really nice flashlight, but it is wildly complicated for use. Like, for your everyday user, I would highly recommend something else over the FW3A. For your flashlight nerds, absolutely. I've been enjoying it, but I don't think it's for everybody, because I know that if I recommend this for everybody, I'm gonna have to like explain to everybody how it works. And boy, I don't think I have the patience for that. Jeremy, then you click it 17 times and it tells your horoscope in Morse code. Yes, that's right. Have a good night, Thomas. No, crazy good flashlight. It's got a high CRI emitter, so I got the Nichia, which is 4000K. And it's high CRI, so I can actually use this for photography and different things. Whereas, okay, for a practical reason, for one of the reasons you might want like a better emitter in your flashlight, this has a very blue tone to it. You can probably see, let me step this down. You can see that this one's warmer than this one. This one's very cool. Olight is known for using very cool emitters. And when I shine this, for example, like we were trying to see if Eleanor was having an allergic reaction to new food tonight, if I shine this at her, her face would look pale and blue. If I'm using this high CRI emitter, her skin tone looks like it should. And that's one of the reasons I really wanted something like this. That's all well and good. I don't normally need to check my daughter's skin tone with a flashlight. But what I'm saying is, for photos and color reproduction, I can use this as a fill light for photos. If for any reason I ever needed to simulate a lightning storm, which I can't ever imagine needing to, I could do that with this and a diffuser, which you can use just wax paper for a diffuser. So, cool light, functional for me. This is going to be eventually my camera bag light. Okay, rant over. Sorry for the major aside. I've been going for over 2 hours, guys. I'm going to have to get going pretty soon. So if you've got any last minute questions, be sure to hit me with them, because I'm gonna wrap this thing up pretty soon. It's almost midnight. Alex told me to be home before midnight. That ain't gonna happen. Oops. Any last minute questions? I also have to finish my beer off. This has also been a really good test. I'm really thankful you guys have decided to hang out with me for so long, but testing this MacBook as a streaming option has proved reasonable. Like I can stream from the MacBook. It's not even that hot, which is really great. I can't tell. I think my eGPU is carrying the brunt of everything. Budget options for a warm tone light. Sorry, Stone. I gotta recommend the FW3A. You can choose your emitter. The other option is a Prometheus. Here. Sorry. You can get a Prometheus Beta QR for pretty cheap, I think, sometimes. These are high CRI as well. These use I don't remember the emitters he uses, but they are high CRI. They look really, really great. This is the one I've been using for a long time. It's on my keychain. So, just quick release. If you want to submit an EDC to the show, Mason, just go to bestdamnedc.com/submit or edcw.co. An alternative to the Trapper. I don't even know. Hey, Zachary, thank you for the $10, man. Thanks for hanging out. Excited to be doing this thing live again, or not again, for the first time. Super excited. So thanks for the $10 and thanks for hanging out, helping me test this thing out. But as an alternative for the Trapper, so the one that I was looking at, it's not a flipper. So it's not a front flipper like this one, but there is a Trapper. What is that brand? Let me see if I can remember it. The link, if I post the link, it's going to be a hideous link. But it's something and Sons micarta Trapper. There's a similar profile knife. Let's see if this janky search. It worked. Smith & Sons Cypress Trapper. $99 right now on Blade HQ. It's a liner lock, but very similar. So give me just a second. I'll get you a link to it. And if you use that link, it's an affiliate link, and it'll help out the show. Boker Urban Trapper, similar, but I think this Smith & Sons is probably closer. Here's to... Actually, I'll copy the link and I'll shorten it so it's not so hideous. Shorten your link. All right, there's the Smith & Sons Cypress Trapper in natural micarta. Not quite as pretty. It's in D2 steel at $99.99, which is questionable, but it's a similar knife. It is thumb stud, not front flipper, and I've considered buying it myself. So it's reviewed well. It's reviewed well. I have tried Dango products, yes. What is the battery and LED? This is the Nichia 4000K in the battery or in the flashlight, and the battery is the Samsung 30Q, I think is what it's called. Yeah, Samsung 30Q for the batteries. Why am I not over at Jeremy's place drinking his scotch? Because Jeremy lives in Florida and I live in North Carolina, and that's really the only reason. Uh-oh. Light's not turning on now. What have I done? Did I put the battery back in backwards? I think I did. Have a good night, Rambo. I swear that's not backwards. What did I do? Yeah, this will be uploaded to the channel after it's done recording. Next batch of Carry Commission Bigoted Design TI click pins. I don't know if I'll do another one. That was quite an ordeal for me. I broke my light. This is what I was talking about. It's just very finicky. So now that I took this battery out and put it back in, I can't get the light to work. And I'm not sure if I've broken the battery or what I've done. No idea. Oh, yep, we're dealing with that weird button issue that I've had. So now I'm clicking it, and it won't turn off. I have to, like, really click it really hard. So this is an issue I've had with mine. I need to reach out to Lum-Tec and see what the deal is. I have to push the button really hard. And you can't get to... I shouldn't have taken it out. Alright, we're good now. This thing is very finicky. I don't think it's supposed to be that finicky, but mine is. No, Sky's not the light guy. Like, Sky knows lights, but it's dark. His name's different in different places. Dark what? Dark Side EMT. No, that's not it. It's not Dark Side. Maybe it is. It is Dark Side EMT. Dark Shot. Dark Shot in the Discord is the one who helps me with all my light issues. I can fix the Lum-Tec problem by buying an O-light. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. This thing never does that. It just works. But this flashlight does not have a lightning storm mode or a candle mode. The candle mode's really nice when you're trying to go to sleep. Definitely look up Jeremy Sires. He's my homie. Also, Jeremy, you know what? Jeremy, guess what? I know you looked away. You didn't even wait for it. You knew it was coming. But I just had to do it to you one more time before I go. You're welcome. Love you, boo. I bet I'm going to get just a line of nothing but middle fingers from Jeremy. All right, guys, it has been really, really great hanging out. I'm at 2.5 hours, so I'm going to go ahead and call it here. Thank you guys so much for helping me troubleshoot this and get this ready for the live show on Friday, Jeremy. Thank you guys so much. For any of you who missed it earlier, just as a quick preview, I will be doing the EDC Weekly as a live show on Friday as an experiment, just testing it out, seeing if I like it, seeing if you guys like it. And it's going to look a little something like this, so it's not going to look too different from what the normal show looks like, but I can do it live and interact with you guys while I'm going through this stuff. And I think it's just going to make the show a whole lot better because it's a community show, and getting that real-time feedback would be a lot of fun. So, thanks for helping me get this set up and test it out, and look forward to doing this thing with you guys on Friday. So, if you are not already subscribed to the channel, be sure to do that. Be sure to follow Jeremy as well. Jeremy is a good friend of mine. He deserves all the love. He puts a lot of time and effort into his stuff, and he's helped tonight here with moderating and keeping you guys in check. But be sure to hit those links down below. I have stuff linked down below if you want to purchase anything that helps support what I'm doing here. And just thanks. Join the Discord if you haven't. I'm going to drop a link in the live chat right now for the Discord. It's a great, great place to hang out, get questions answered, and talk to me if you want to. But thanks again, guys, and I will see you later. Have a good night, everybody.